All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin Drina, and we are live for Transformations. And it's Monday night, 7 o'clock, and I hope you are doing well today. We are going over what chapter is it? Chapter 6, Stop Being Your Own Worst Enemy, How to Be Your Best Ally. So we're going to talk about that today in just a moment. Now, hopefully you are I'm coming in loud and clear for you. I do have the chat. Oh, the chat is going on, but say hello. Let me know where you're at. I'll make sure that it is up and pull that so that we can I can relate to you what some of the important things that needs to be said. Now, with that going on, I want to bring you up to speed on how to support the channel. So if you've been here before, you have been a part of the program, however long, maybe this is the third time you see me, it's the 100th time you see me. I've been going live for a while now, and there's always something to get better and refine upon. And now I'm looking for the chat. The chat was set before, but well, things happen. We are live 100%. The chat is going up right now. I see you. I'm opening it. So let me know how you're doing. And I want to say hello to and say thank you to the sponsors and say thank you to a couple people out there. Number one, those that are in the 4 Foundations group, congratulations. Keep doing the work that is required to get the results that you desire. Hello, everyone. The chat is up. There, I sent that out. Perfect. It's up, it's out. And if you could, hopefully you can hear me, let me know. And let me know where you are in the world. That's always one of my favorite parts. To find out where people are coming from. So I want to, it is that time of year where we think about gratitude, we think about helping one another, we think about living a life that is in a different place, a life that is connected to a different realm. And so with that being said, I'm going to bring this over here. What we're going to be covering tonight is there's a gift for you. It's drkevintransformations.com. I'll drop that in the chat right now. And this is where I have a gift for you. It's called an Introduction to Decode Your Pain, and it's an ebook you can download for free right now and get the appendix, which is where the secret language of the human body is getting the beginning levels of the knowledge. See, each body part has a different component related to our thinking habits. Now, stick with me here for a second. We have our conscious brain and we have our subconscious. Part of it is under our regulation, our control that we have automatically. And part of it we have to work on getting it under control. And sometimes it runs us. And that's actually what we're going to be talking about today, is those automatic programs that are running us. It's the behavior that people say, hey, people who've known you for a long time have said, oh, that was just like your mom, that was just like your dad. Or you find yourself just hands in the cookie jar, just eating, and it's like, well, where did it go? Or perhaps over the holidays, you just went right for the old argument. You went right for the drink. You went right for whatever, automatic behavior, and then you're beating yourself up for whatever reason. We're going to begin to address that in new levels today. So stay tuned, be with me here in just a moment, and I want to pull this part up right here. So thank you for tuning in, and I would love for you to help support the channel. This helps, of course, helps keep you going. And this is the webpage drkeving.com. In here, we have a drop-down menu, and of course, there is a shop section right there. And in the shop section, I have a number of things I have built and available for you at home. Now, this is about investing in yourself, but investing in yourself is also helping this channel continue to do what I do. And that's why I have the book here, Decode Your Pain. And you get the free gift to download that right now, and a couple other bonuses with that. AO Scan, you're going to see that here coming out in the next, couple weeks and months. This is quantum technology in your pocket to help you grow. And I'm telling you what, I was blown away at the seminar. Now, what else do we have? Raw optics. You see, I'm wearing these right now. I'll put them on here for a little bit, but I didn't want to, come out right out of the gate and scare everybody. However, This is protecting my eyes. Raw Optics. They have a number of specials going on right now. It is the holiday season. You know how that works. So let me pull up that 20% store-wide discount, day and night lenses. This has been a lifesaver. The more time I've been spending on the on the computer, doing different things that I normally haven't been doing, and this is one of the best glasses I've ever come across. I was referred to me by a doctor friend that I trust, and I found out about it, got in there, took a look, and bought some myself. Come to find out, I know someone that ended up working for them. It's really an amazing story. However, that means there's a lot of synchronicity and there's a lot of alignment. And I tell you what, it definitely makes me, it assists me in calming down at night and protects my eyes during the day. I'll say that. And more good things to keep you rolling well. The affiliate program with Synergy Solutions. So those of you that are interested in holistic healthcare, quantum energy, frequency, vibration, this is a program that I run with a couple doctors, and there's a promo video, we'll get there in a minute, but we do weekly sessions. And I've built it in such a way that people can sign up as an affiliate to get free care. Sign up as an affiliate, you create a program account, you get access to the program. Every week we go live, we do special intentions, we comment on people that are needing help, and we work on them specifically. There's a whole way this goes, and you got to tune in for the Wednesday at noon session for that. And this is how I help people. We protect our eyes. We do the energy work. We do, of course, if you're in location, if you're in the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, by all means, you can schedule your appointment. You can set up, get the help that you need in a holistic way. And so then we have water filters. You got to have clean drinking water. You got to have good ingredients in the mind and in the body. Get affirmations. These are programs I've used. This is why I have them as affiliate products, because it helped me and I want to help you. And we rise by raising others. That is the philosophy. This one right here, the Jose Silva Everyday ESP, this one actually blew me away in a positive way. And these are affirmations: action, motivation, focus. And there's a couple other ones I created, again, for myself to empower myself, because this goes in total alignment with what we're talking about tonight, about not being your own worst enemy, but how to align yourself to be your biggest ally. It is literally, how do you rewire and reprogram that subconscious mind? See, we have concepts, we have perceptions, we have experiences where our upbringing is much of the situation that, excuse my editing here, much of the situation that traps us or sets us free. Here's a slide I'm going to show you for that. See, our concepts and our precepts, they formulate our beliefs, our perceptions, our expectations, our choices, decisions, preferences. Everything that you see in this list comes from our concepts and our precepts. And where are these formed? Well, these are formed a little bit of nature, a little bit of nurture. In the womb, the process begins. And then as we are born, we grow into this world pretty much. I mean, there is conversation around before 7 years old, but really into the early teenage years, we are learning what it is to be a human being. And then we hit puberty, we start making our way out in the world, new connection, new friends. This is where that teenager situation starts to happen, because they're going their own way. And we start to test out what's been installed. The 15, the 10, the 12, the 7 years, however many years that is, and we start to play it out. And some of those programs that were installed were good. They're working great. They had good mentors, good help. Some programs are sabotage, are destruction, and the world is your oyster. And what I mean by that, there's an infinite possibilities of patterns, of belief systems, even collectively as a society. I mean, let's think about this for a second. I shared this with some people close to me, and I don't know how on board they were the other day. However, let's think about the topic of Christmas for a minute. Collectively, our entire society, from purchasing to story time to bedtime and books, is lying to our children. Talk about Santa Claus and the presents and everything else. And while there's a goodness to the giving, and there's a goodness to the camaraderie, there's a goodness to all the good cheer that goes on, at the end of the day, we're lying. And this is collectively okay. And so this sets up some people with problems later on in life, others maybe not. However, there is a trust concern that can develop. I'll just say those type of things right now. So that being said, where can you get some of this foundational information? Flash it a couple times, drkeving.com, or go to drkevintransformations.com. You get access right away, right in the inbox, the materials here. So let's dive in. All right, Decode your pain here. So we are fast forwarding to page 87. How to start being your own best ally. I'm going to bring this down. There. All right, good enough. Here's the key. Being your own best ally requires trust in yourself. I'm going to add something. Trust in life. I have an amazing mentor. And one of the things we talk about is life is always working out in your favor. So if it's not working out in your favor, what does that mean? It means there's something that has yet to been balanced. There's something within, a belief, a concept, a perception, an expectation that is out of alignment with reality. It's in alignment with being blocked or being stuck or out of deservedness, whatever it may be, worth. I'll hit the right button next time, I promise. So while this next piece, the following process may seem a bit ambiguous, know that it doesn't have to work perfectly to be working right. I promise you it's always working right. So what we're talking about here, and we're jumping right in the middle of the chapter, is discovering the story. Okay, now to start, what we're talking about here is when there's a trigger, when something happens in life, and then there's this automatic response. It could be upsetness, it could be anger, it could be frustration, rage. People call it getting triggered these days. Or if you have it under control in the sense where you're not exploding outwardly, you're not getting upset and throwing things, tantrum level. Well, there's more and more subtle levels. Whenever there's information and you're noticing yourself getting perturbed, whether it's an article you read, a phone call you received, a conversation you had, someone believes this, somebody believes that, there's this sense of vibration. I used to call it the emotional volcano. This internal force that starts to be agitated. Recognize that. That is the most important piece in this whole process, is recognizing it. And it's a celebration moment. I was sharing with someone earlier today. It's a celebration moment. When you can recognize something that's perturbing you, that creates the perturbance within you. It's not the comment or the situation that was read or experienced. It is the state of mind that judges that experience, that comment, that person, that action. And so what we need to do is be aware of that state of perturbance. It's like a lot of different things I can think of, but I think of Jell-O or a glass of water, and someone hits the table, and you can see the ripple in the water, or the wiggle in the Jell-O. It's that vibration. It's that perturbance, and the more and more able you are to notice it at a more and more subtle level, the better you're getting at this process. And what are we doing with the process? Well, it's about awareness. First, step one in the awareness, awakening, and healing system is recognize, aware, have that sensation on the radar. Then we can go about the process of clearing it or balancing it. Now, sometimes knowing the story is important, and sometimes it's not. However, in the context of what we're talking about here, this becomes extremely an important point. This whole process begins once you find out the perturbance and you have this immediate opinion of what's going on. A judgment, as they say. So right there here. Bring myself in a little bit. We bring in a judgment. We bring in an accusation. We're blaming. We have an immediate opinion. We're immediately turned off. Whatever that is, that in itself is the key right there. And when you are recognizing that perturbance, and then you're giving yourself a bit of space between it showing up in your life and then you reacting, it's called the stimulus and the response. When we're in that, if you can widen that gap, now you're gaining personal power. Okay, this is the process, right? So now we have an awareness of something that's going on. But here's the knowledge point. We need to know we only have part of the story figured out. Maybe there's a single clue in it. Maybe there's more. But one of the challenges, and I say this in the next page, let's see if I can find it right away here, is we have to ask ourselves better questions. Let's go back up. See, what happens is we believe we know the facts. We believe we have it accurate. So we can formulate a snap judgment. We can formulate a snap opinion. And the false ego, or the ego that's out of control, the ego that's running the show, the ego that's automated, the same one that's, just putting the hand in the chip bag and keep eating and keep eating and keep eating, it's claiming itself as all. And the point is, it's inaccurate. If it wasn't inaccurate, there wouldn't be a perturbance. So this means something in your higher consciousness, your oneness, your connection to all, has recognition of your what's called ego state. The state of you that it has been formed by the beliefs, the perceptions, and the conceptions. And so we're having this upset moment. And we're recognizing we're having an upset moment. We're recognizing the judgment that's happening. And then the real fun begins. It's the question. We have to question it. You have to doubt it. I'm learning this from the emotional management school at a new higher level. Questioning it and criticizing that thought, that judgment, that awareness of the opinion of whatever it is that's not what you want, not what you believe, not what you think. And in that moment, we can then begin to unlock the intensity of the emotional experience that's wired with the belief of the judgment. Now in here, one of the ways to do this, if we need to know the story, is to put your hands over it. It's called the body breathing technique. I go into deeper description in the full book. And we do the body breathing technique, brings awareness to the location. And what am I talking about, awareness to the location? What I'm talking about is reverse engineering the mental state associated with the physical pain. So for example, I'm going to pull up the chat up. If anyone has a comment, I'm going to pull up that chat right now. I gotta check in on that. There we are. So if we have a physical pain, like a knee pain, for example, well, we put your hands right on it. Now, two things are happening. Number one, it's hands-on healing. Just touching it itself is bringing awareness from the brain to the body part and giving the attention that body part needs. Though the reason the pain is happening is because there's something that's automatic within needing to tell you, the conscious you, not the subconscious you, the conscious you, something's wrong. It needs help. There's attention that's required. And so putting your hands on that pain, breathing in and breathing out, having some loving focus. There is a story that arrives. And in this story, we're talking people, places, smells, memories, music, different contexts can start to arrive in the thought if you're able to allow the thoughts to stream. See, this starts even going back even further, and this goes to the 4 Foundations program thinking, is how much are you aware? And how do we build awareness? Well, through deep breathing, through meditation, through different exercises where we're journaling. This is where we have these insights into the subtleties of the thought streams that flow through our mind all day long. And when you connect to the physical pain, you put your hands on the area, you're breathing in, you're breathing out, the mind is allowing it to flow. The story arrives. And then you notice the perturbance within somewhere. Now, the perturbance could be anywhere in the physical body. The point is noticing where it is, beginning the questioning process. And then the key. Ask a better question. Now, there's lots of ways you can go with this. Whenever we are interpreting a situation, the brain does so by asking questions. Now, these things are happening. Bring myself up there. Oh, there we are. These things are happening automatic. I mean, literally, perhaps dozens of questions in a second. But your brain is checking in. Does it know what's going on? Does it have here? Does it have a situation it can refer to here? And there's a very interesting research, and I've talked about it a couple times recently. It's the brain decides when pain is appropriate. I don't know about you, but there has been a couple times where I've gotten pretty injured, but I didn't know it was injured. At one time, I remember I was on a hike. I had grabbed a reed next to a river, you know, like the tall grass. And I had just gone through it and walked on and following everybody in line and whatnot. And I looked down and my hand is dripping in blood, like not a small amount, fair amount, enough that it caused me quite a bit of alarm. And the moment I had the alarm is when the pain came on. It's as if my belief about what I was supposed to be feeling is what caused the pain to start. And so there's so many things, and perhaps, comment if you've had this happen. Say I've had it happen. Type in I have. If you've found a bruise on your body, you have no idea how it got there. Who's had that happen? I mean, it's been a couple times. So that being said, as we ask ourselves a better question here, we then give our brain something to work with. See, the brain will go to task on whatever we set our thoughts to. And this is where it gets into the automatic thinking. Oftentimes, the questions that we ask are habitual, and they pull up the same old answers. Then what happens? Well, we start getting the same results. And then what happens after that? Those results become expected. It becomes the law. That's why I put that here. We accept the results we accept the results we get as law, and then we go no further. We stop questioning. The brain is extremely intelligent. It's extremely clever, and the better and better you get at asking these questions, doubting the nature of the pain, doubting the nature of the story that you've been told about a topic, about a person, about a situation, the more we can question them, our own beliefs, our own judgments, the more we can free ourselves up to flow in that realm of spirit working here on the physical plane. As above, so below. If I dare say, of course I'm not going to dare say it. I'm working on finding the root cause of that phrase in my life. With that being said, I'm just saying the first line in my head. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. There's something in the spirit realm, the circle, that's squaring, that's showing up in the square, the earth realm. That's the symbolism. So that being said, when we start to question the beliefs that are surrounding the trigger, when we're questioning the story that is in the pain that we find, we then begin to open up the world of possibility, and then we get to open up to the world of accurate information and truth. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we can start working with the law, the first law, natural law. All is mind and mind is all. Now, if I'm going to shift that to a Christian story, in the beginning was the Word. Om. Thought. So as you begin to Harness the power of the mind and learn the process of reining in, dominion over mind, regulation over your thoughts, being the gardener to your mind. I'll say it that way. I love that phrase because it's tending and it's work and it's rewarding. And it comes in cycles. Things happen in different patterns and cycles. The point being is, as you gain regulation over those faculties, life starts working for you. You start to recognize patterns in places where you've set yourself up for failure, where you just can't help yourself, but now you can. Lots of different ways in which this shows up. And this is why it's a dynamic conversation. It's a quantum conversation. It's a beautiful conversation because it's the nature in which the human body and human mind operate. However, without awareness of how the subconscious mind weaves itself into the conscious mind, we're left at the mercy of the thoughts and the patterns and the experiences that were implanted in us as young ones. Many of them are good. Many of them may not be. And how do we know where we are, where we want to go, where we want to be? Well, it has to do with the emotional self. This will clue you into everything. Another group I study with, the emotional GPS is guiding you. And when you're in that flow, you're in that place of contentment, of satisfaction, of joy, of enthusiasm, whatever that may be, it's a higher vibration than frustration, anger, rage, whatever. There's a whole beautiful scale in the power versus force. Hawking, I believe the author is. I could be wrong. However, as we ascend the ladder of emotional intelligence, emotional frequency, we begin to attract, cutting in and out, we begin to attract new experiences, better experiences, ones that we desire, ones that we are aligned with. And if you're not getting those results that you desire, I highly encourage you to tune in tonight, the Winning in Every Situations webinar. Every week, Monday, we go over the laws of success. This is in accordance with the laws of nature, which is in accordance with the laws of life. I invite you to join in because we're helping people figure out where they're stuck and helping them grow. It's about 7:30. I'm going to wrap up. I want to say thank you for everyone tuning in. I'm going to check the chat one more time. If there's a question, now's the time to ask it. Otherwise, check out drkeving.com. Affirmations are some of the best ways to get to the subconscious mind to implant the new things that you consciously want to create in your life. I couldn't recommend clean, pure water filters. Water is life. You are not like, there's an argument to be made that every human being is a significant portion of water. There I am down there. I'm not on top. And some people can argue 99%. Some people can argue 65%. And there's a lot of argument either way on the inside of that percentage points. And that is a lot. We are water, ladies and gentlemen. And then let's go up. Finally, I am using raw optics right now. And I have just actually, and I didn't expect to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just got my AO scan mobile unit in the mail. I'm going to open that up in just a little bit after I'm done all the lives tonight. And I had a experience a few weekends ago where it just, everything connected dots, and this technology is some of the best the world has ever put together. I'm so excited that it's in your hand, number one, though there's a lot of great information that will be coming out soon about that. So the world is energy, frequency, vibration. What was the famous quote? I think it was Tesla that said, when we start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, vibration, we will advance society more than in a decade than we have in like 1,000 years, or the quote was 100 years or something like that. Well, this is true. We are learning at rapid rates, and technology for our benefit is here, and it works amazing. I can attest to that. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Any questions, go to drkeving.com, get on the email list, send a message to contact.drkeving.com, post a comment here on the social media, share it if you got some value tonight. If you got some insights about how to work with the pain in our physical body, or even with the thoughts that we're seeing, the triggers that we're getting, and how to work with that, reach out to me. I'll point you in the right direction, get you into your greatest life. Blessings and best regards. I'm Dr. Kevin. I will see you. Well, if you're joining me, I'll see you at 8 o'clock. Otherwise, see you on Wednesday at noon or next Monday at 7. Blessings and best regards. Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Kevin Jr. This is the first introductory video in becoming your own healer.